This one. All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Pat Murphy, and I will be honored to welcome you to Ballin Athletic Association. Microphone's in my way of my script. We are gathered here today to celebrate a very special milestone and officially dedicate a plaque in honor of Jim Bantel. This plaque represents not just a name or a date, but a lasting legacy of dedication and service that will inspire all who pass by this spot. Jim was a model board member for many years. His dedication to this ballpark is nearly unmatched. He served this ballpark because of the love and passion he had for it, whether it was in the stand ordering those amazing burgers we all love, or climbing a light pole. Even in the off-season, Jim was here painting their concession stand walls, and he did it without ever asking for anything. This plaque will be a reminder to every board member, present and future, and to serve this ballpark with the same diligence and commitment as Jim put into this park. Jim's impact can be seen throughout the park, but more importantly, it can be felt by the generations of players, families, volunteers, and friends who have called BAA home. Now I'd like to introduce Ted Rep, one of our vice presidents, who would like to say a few words about Jim.
Thank you. I don't have a prepared list like some of you guys do, but I just wanted to mention a few things about Jim. Sandy and I and about 2 or 3 other people here are the only ones that were here before Jim and after Jim. And I can assure you that the 24 about years he put in, he worked harder than any of us by a mile and a half. For a few years it was just Hartman and me and him on the concession stand. Now there's about, on the concession committee, now there's about 8 people. So, and incidentally, out of the 3 of us, Jim did 90% of the work. Maybe 92, something like that. Anyway, as Patrick said, what I really liked the most about Jim was that he did everything without asking to be paid or even thinking about being paid. We had times that we tried to pay him and give him certificates. He usually turned them down. I think Marion would probably agree. She said, well, why didn't you take them? At any rate, one of the other great things, he was a great family man. About every time I was ever up here, I'd say, how's Marion? Well, let me tell you, he was worried about her more than anybody possibly could be worried about. He really cared. He cared about his 2 sons, one of which is here. And I'm doing the 2 minutes, he's doing the 20-minute spiel. Really, that's about it. It's a pleasure to have a chance to even say anything about Jim. He was the hardest worker we ever had, and we kind of wish he were still here. That's all I got. Thanks.
Right. To share a few words about Jim, about what Jim means to this community, I'd like to invite Jim's son, Jake Bantel, to the podium.
Thanks, Mark. Thank you, Murphy. Really nice things said about Dad, and you know, I came here today and instantly saw 10 people that I remember growing up with when I was 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, you know, and a lot of them are still here. And I forget names if I tried to remember them all, but Doug and Ted and Greg, and, Gary and everybody else, really. And it's kind of an honor to stand here. Never imagined I'd be standing here talking about Pops, because I guess you never think he's not going to be here. And but Murph said it well, is you're reminded of him. And I came up here and I walked around and I looked at each field, and there's a memory that I have and that my brother Marcus, who's out in Charlotte, Marcus, and I'm sure he wishes he could be here, but that we have with Dad on every field in this park from the time we were young, whether it be when we first started our first job umpiring up on field 6, or the thousands of hours Dad spent with me at the batting cage from the time I was 6 till the time I was 18. The home run derby that Marcus and I and our friends played on 3 because we weren't strong enough to get it out of 2 yet. We got there. I got there. You know, and then Dad coached me and my brother, so I played real serious baseball all year long, and then every fall Dad coached a team called the Bushwhackers, and we played on field 2 for 5 or 6 years. It was the only time I got to play with my younger brother Marcus, and we used to take the field like Luke and Butch, the Bushwhackers, and it was just a time for all of my friends of my age and my brother's age to get together and have Dad watch us and coach us. And then all year round, I'm watching Dad climb poles and be up here and just volunteer, like Ted said. I mean, he was just up here. He loved this place. He would come here in the middle of his work day to do work, and then after his work day, and then sometimes at 9 o'clock at night, because a light would go out on a pole and they'd have no one else to call. And he just loved it. And to see, you know, to see the Cancer Foundation and the Hope Lodge out here on the same day, almost a year to the day when we lost Dad to cancer, is just, it was very moving. It is very moving. And my Aunt Dana, who's right there, is also a cancer survivor, and she's here. I got a little short with her earlier today because I was a little nervous, but she's amazing and she's wonderful. And I just ran into my coach from high school, Coach Goss, who I haven't seen since 2002, and I found out his wife is a cancer survivor, and he's out here doing the cooking, and we're gonna get together. You know, the world needs people like these people that are here today, that volunteer, that care, that have that heart like my dad had. That's special something, you know. He just had a smile on the way about him, and that selflessness is something that we desperately need, and there's a lot of it in this park, and there will be for a long time, and I'm just honored to share the day with my family, my Aunt Jennifer and my Uncle Kevin over there, who in the final days, in the toughest days, were just rocks for me and my mother, and we couldn't have done it without them. And we are so blessed to have such a great, tight-knit family, and we are surrounded by so much strength. And I think that if you haven't been touched by cancer, you're very lucky, because most of us will be. And it brings out the best in people sometimes. And I got 2 best friends here that I've known since elementary school, and they are 2 of the best people in the world, and they've been rocks. And it's unfortunate that we have to lose people to have moments like this, but moments like this, I hope, remind us that there are great people in the world that care, and that will do things just because they're the right thing to do, which is what my dad, I felt like, always did. He always did. And Ted, you said that I don't think my dad thought more about any one person than my mother, and that was always on his mind at the very end. And so everybody, when they see me, they do the same thing. They, how's Mom? And I'm happy to say Mom is doing amazing. She's in the front row, and she worked here for many, many years as well, running the back of the concession tent, cooking those delicious burgers, making sure the park was clean. And she's the same way. And I wouldn't be half the person I am without her, without him, of course. And just an absolute honor to be here today. And Marcus, I love you, brother. I miss you. We had so many good times here, and you know, I don't think Pops was ever happier than when it was you, me, and him out on the field. So today, if you got a Bud Light in your hand, or if you don't have one now, go get one, because I know I'm going to have one in Dad's honor. And thank you to all the people that showed up that I forgot to mention. I promise I remember you. I just was not quite ready to just see so many awesome reminders of how great my father was. So to everybody in the park today, and to everybody that volunteers to help the people that have cancer and go through this, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I cannot wait to see what this looks like. And I will make a journey here every year just to remind myself of this incredible place. So thank you. Thank you. I love you.
It is now time for the moment we've all been waiting for. I would like to invite Ted Rep back up to join me at the monument as we unveil the plaque. Let's take a moment to read the inscription. Jim Bantel, Jim's efforts and relentless work towards the betterment of this ballpark, and especially this concession stand, will never be forgotten. For this reason, the Baldwin Athletic Association Board of Directors dedicates this plaque in honor of our friend and colleague. To quote Anna Sewell, "It is good people who make good places." All right, this plaque will remain here as a permanent fixture, honoring the spirit, hard work, and dedication of Jim Bantel. Thank you all once again for taking the time to share this beautiful tribute. Please stick around. We do have some snacks and food at the table, and plenty of Bud Light. Well,
Yeah.
not Bud Light. We don't have Bud Light. We do have Busch Light. Bud Select. But thank you all again. Oh, I'm sorry. We have one more thing. Sorry.
My husband's going to shoot me for. He's probably going to walk away.
We won't.
Because I'm already getting worse than me. I am speaking on behalf of my husband, Gary Winter, who's, most of you know, he's been here forever. But he wrote this. He said, I'm not sure how many of you know how Jim was recruited into BAA. He was standing in line at Lowe's waiting to pay. And Gary overheard him talking about changing field lights at Manchester Ballpark and approached him about possibly taking care of the lights at Baldwin. Being the person that he was, Jim agreed to meet Gary here at the park, and from that moment, Jim was part of BAA, Baldwin Ballpark. As Jim got further into being around the park, he joined the board, and Doug Hartman pulled him into helping with the concession stand, and we all know where that went. He was hooked, and he became a fixture at Baldwin Ballpark for many years, eventually running the stand while still shimmying up light poles to change the bulbs. Jim has been missed tremendously around the park for a few years now while he fought his battle with cancer. He was truly loved and respected by all who knew him. And with this plaque, it is hoped that Jim will be appreciated by those who enter this concession stand in the future. And I have to say it was an honor for my husband to work on that plaque and protect it.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it is, right?
I think it's cheers time.
I think everybody can relax and have a beer now, right? Oh, thanks a lot. Dad wouldn't want it to be too sad, so we can smile now.
Thank you.
I did great. I know, right? I was a little punk ass. Yeah. Yeah. Down in that Valley Park in the center of the. Yeah.
Can I do something great?
No, thank you.